Hey guys, it's Mr. King. I'm going to be showing you guys some tips and tricks on actually trying to add texture in your art. So the thing about texture is that it's the way something feels physically. And sometimes it's really hard to draw that because you're drawing on a flat surface and you're trying to represent something that's three-dimensional. So the one that I wanted to start with is one that I think really looks just good and is really easy to do, which is the drip. So that is to make like slime that drips down. As you can see, the slime looks really kind of cool and cartoony, and it's very, very easy to do. So I can teach you kind of like the quick method, and then I'll teach you the foolproof method in just a minute. So here's how we started out. First up, you're going to get yourself a pencil because you always want to be able to erase. And what I like to say is if you're going to do drip, you can just do, and I'll just start the drawing, you can just do kind of like this wobbly, crazy line. And that doesn't quite look right because you see these spots where like it juts way, way down in like a weird angle, or where like this drip kind of sticks out to the side a way that it really shouldn't, and this chunk, like what's going on up here where like the part that's not being dripped upon is way too high. So when you make your line for your drip, you have to kind of follow some rules. Gravity has to take over. So the first thing you're going to do is just start with a curve, come down into a teardrop or a raindrop form. And then when you get back up to the top here, what you're going to do is you're going to make a curve going the opposite direction. Basically, you're making a teardrop in the opposite way. Now, as you make your next drop, the thing is you're going to want to go either a little bit lower or a little bit higher. And you can also go thinner or wider. Now we're going to do that again over here. And see, we're just duplicating it and making some of them higher, some of them lower. And then you don't even have to make a full drop. So like this one right here is a little bit different. I just kind of had one side of the drop go the full length and the other one come down a little bit, and that is okay to do. The one thing you can't do is you can't have the line like basically like reverse further on itself and come like way back in, because that wouldn't make any sense. Okay? So we're trying to kind of follow gravity that way. Now I'm going to teach you at the very end. I'll show you a way to get it done every time exactly right no matter what. But I'm assuming some of you guys can follow this and make the drops that way. Now the last thing to really make it look good before we add color is to add the shine, the area in which the light reflects on these, because they're three-dimensional and they actually curve. So what we do is near the end of it, you are just going to choose the left or right side. I will do the left side since the last ones I did on the right. And you're going to make a line that curves along with your drip a little bit on one of those sides, okay? And you're going to just keep doing that on every one of these areas of the drip that comes down. All right? Now the next thing is you're going to turn those into little bananas, basically, or little crescent moons by just attaching another loop to that. And so the thing I want to point out to you is the shine on something like this, on the drips, would follow the same shape as the droplet itself, so that's why we use that as the main way to do it. So this time, let's make these drops, let's make it like a purpley ooze here. Make it kind of a really, well, it's a little too bright for my liking, we'll make it a little darker. Boom, there's our purpley ooze. And to make the shine on it, you can leave those white, or if you're like me and you like adding splashes of color different ways, you could use a little of like a yellow here if you wanted to, or something else that'll contrast well. I'm going to go with this really, really, really bright white yellow. Still want to keep it very bright. You want to keep it very light. You don't want to go dark, because then that'll end up looking like a shadow. And the whole point is that it's the shine on the slime there. Okay, and then let's just choose a color for the background here. I think this hot pink would look really cool underneath the purple. Ooh yeah, look at that. It looks like some sort of like a Minecraft like candy or something, like an ice cream slushy block or something. Anyways, I promised you I'd show you a way to do this more foolproof in a sense. And let me show you this. If you go back to using your pencil to make those droplets, this time what I want you to do is just draw vertical lines. Whoopsies. And make sure I'm on the correct layer. Alright, sorry about that. You're going to draw vertical lines going straight down, different lengths. Some of them taller, some of them shorter. We'll put one more over here a little shorter so there's a little bit more of a variation between them. And then at the ends of those straight lines, what I want you to do, and remember we're using pencil, I want you to make circles. Different sizes, just like we did different sizes for the lines there. Circles do not need to be perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to connect basically looping lines. They're going to be upside down U's to each one of these circles. And sometimes what I want you to do is to actually make sure the U kind of comes back over the top of the circle a little bit, then comes out again. So these upside down U's don't need to be perfect at all. In fact, little variations make it that much more kind of interesting. Okay, so those are my upside down U's, and now I'm going to go in with my eraser, because remember we're using pencil, and I'm going to erase the vertical lines and the tops of all of the circles. And oh my gosh, do you see what Mr. King just tricked you into doing? You were able to make that drop, that droplet, and those drips without even trying. Oop, I think I accidentally erased the very right edge here. Let me just redraw that one little bit of the line. And then we'll follow the exact same procedure again for the shine. We will make a curved line. This time let's put it on the right that mimics the same curve of the droplets. And then let's make those into kind of like little bananas. Shine bananas, that's what we'll call those. Got my shine bananas on. And then let's go with those colors. Again, we're going to make one other one. Let's do a light blue this time. I like these like vibrant colors here for this. And we'll give it a green bottom. We'll make the green a little bit more pale. And then we'll add, let's go with that kind of orangey yellow. Go a little brighter this time for the shine. Shine. And that's it, guys. That's all you really got to do to make these dripping, nasty things. You can get into a lot more detail about like things that interact with the drips that get in the way of it and they drip around it, but we don't want to get way too intense right now. You guys are just, getting a chance to try these out. So it's a lot of fun, honestly, to do these. You guys can see the difference between them. Look at that one, this one, that one. They all look really good. The only thing I dislike about the very top one right here that we used that cheating method was that if you notice my lines aren't like perfect there. So what I would do is go over it with, let me show you a trick here. Anytime you've got a final draft and you want to make it look a little sharper, if you're trying to do kind of like that illustrative cartoon thing, I'm going to pretend this is a bigger Sharpie. I'm going to use my bigger Sharpie, and I'm just going to go right over my lines here. Sorry if you had to see my stylus is low. Oh, and by the way, if you've been watching my videos, oh my gosh, I found my stylus again. Drawing is so much more enjoyable and easy. I'm not using my fingers. And boom. So you can see that just kind of cleans up the line by being a little bit wider than it was before, so it looks a little smoother, a little more intentional. Okay? So that's it. Gonna make some awesome drippiness. Try it out. You can take up a whole paper with these drops, just like I've done, and it's just fun, because then it looks almost like little dripping Minecraft blocks that way. So have an awesome time with it. I will get on another one talking about different kinds of textures to make. We'll talk about fur, scales, like stone patterns, like a stone wall. They're all really, really easy to do if you follow some methods, and I will share those in the videos to come. See you guys later.